This is your solution? This is your solution to the last 4 years of huge, embarrassing failure? This is the Calvary? This is your solution to the absolute embarrassment that was the presidential campaign of cackling Cam Harris? This is who you are suggesting to select the new leader of the Democratic Party? If you guys thought it couldn't get any more incompetent than the lack of leadership of cackling Cam Harris and Johnny B. Biden, just wait until you see who CNN is suggesting to select the new lead pastor at Woke United Methodist. Leadership is very important. You can make a strong case that leadership is the most critical component to success. The Orlando Magic, they have been decimated by injuries this season. Pablo Banchero's been out since the beginning of the season. Franz Wagner's out. Mo Wagner's out for the season. Orlando is missing all of their young star players. They have nothing left but scrubs and role players. Yet somehow, the Magic are 20-14. They are the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. Why? Well, Casey, the Eastern Conference is weak. It's the equivalent to the WNBA. No, but speaking of the WNBA, going to be talking about the dump later this afternoon. I'm sure you will be surprised to find out that dump divers in the WNBA, they are once again whining and complaining about mythical misogyny. But the reason the Orlando Magic have been able to win without the assistance of their star players, they've got strong leadership. Jamal Mosley, one hell of a coach. He has gotten his team to buy into his vision no matter who is playing on the court. That is what real leadership looks like. Now, contrast that with what is happening with the pathetic Pelicans. If you were to believe David Griffin, who prefers to be called Dana when playing passionate love songs on the piano, if you were to believe the wannabe Elton John in the Pelicans front office, you would be led to believe that injuries have derailed the season. Injuries are the excuse. Injuries are the symptom to the real problem. Every time Zion Williamson goes down, Elton uses injuries as an excuse. He treats Zion Williamson like he's Michael Jordan. Yet, for some reason, I seem to remember the Chicago Bulls making the playoffs when Michael Jordan was fulfilling his childhood dream of playing baseball. Injuries are not the reason the Pelicans are a flaming ass fire. Over the past few weeks, the Pelicans, they have been playing with their full complement of role players similar to what the Orlando Magic are playing with. The pathetic Pelicans can't win a fucking game. Why? Because the organization lacks leadership from top to bottom. But that's okay. That's okay. The Pelicans might not win basketball games, but they are definitely winners when it comes to compassion and mindfulness. The point is, leadership can make or break an organization. Right now, the Democrats, better known as deacons at Woke United Methodist, right now, the deacons, they are frantically searching for a new leader. They are looking for a new lead pastor. They're looking for that charismatic identifier to lead the congregation into the next election cycle. The new lead pastor is expected to be anointed in February, and CNN, they are making their recommendations as to who should select the leader for Sunday morning services. Now, just to be clear, I'm not talking about political candidates. This anointed leader, they will be the leader of the Democratic Party. They would be the equivalent of Ronald McDonald when she was the captain of the RNC, steering the back of the ship forcefully into the supersized cucumber. Now, according to the Cemetery News Network, this new leader should be selected by 2 people. One who is qualified but aging faster than Wolf Blitzer, woof, 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 while the other is not qualified to be the pretend governor of Georgia. According to CNN, the people selecting this new leader, it should be Bernard Sanders and Stacey Abrams. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go ahead and get to the sponsor for today's video, my good friends at Sugar Mountain Trading. Are you struggling with back problems? Do you deal with minor aches and pains throughout your day and you don't want to go to the doctor because all the doctor's going to do is find something else wrong with you, or even worse, prescribe addictive medication that you just don't want to take? Me personally, I hate going to the doctor. So does my wife, who actually deals with back pain, which is why she started using CBD lotions and oils from Sugar Mountain Trading. No, it's not THC. It's not going to make you fail a drug test. These CBD lotions and oils, they are designed for rapid pain relief. My wife deals with nagging back pain from time to time. We have tried over-the-counter stuff. We have tried the chiropractor. Nothing seems to work. Within 5 minutes of me applying CBD lotion from Sugar Mountain Trading, my wife's pain, it was gone. I'm telling you, it is damn near magical. My wife keeps a bottle with her at all times. Sugar Mountain Trading also offers CBD bar soap that will keep you pain-free and smelling fresh at the same time. The CBD bar soap comes in a variety of scents ranging from lavender to cherry almond. All CBD products offered by Sugar Mountain Trading, they are 100% natural, 100% free of THC. So click the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL20. Save 20% off your first purchase with Sugar Mountain Trading. Yesterday, while the rest of us were being sedated by that rancid turd that the NFL presented, CNN was broadcasting a show featuring people who go unrecognized at family reunions after they drop their name tags in the bowl of Preparation H. These people are so unknown, their families sometimes get their names wrong on the name tags. Here is your name tag, Freddie. But my name is Betty. I'm identifying as a delicate dandelion. It doesn't matter what your name is. One of the panelists was CNN analyst Leah Wright Rigor. Casey, who in the hell is that? Yeah, that is the same question that her uncle asked when she tried to crash his birthday party. Leah Wright is a historian at Woke U, and she collects woke welfare from CNN as an analyst. Don't ask me what she is paid to analyze because I have no idea. Maybe she is CNN's version of Mina Kimes and they are paying her to pretend to analyze the NFL. Yesterday, though, they were paying her to offer suggestions for candidates who should be responsible for selecting new leadership for the Deacons. One of her suggestions was somewhat logical. It made sense. Leah suggested Bernard Sanders. I can understand that. I think Bernard would be a good choice. Plus, they kind of owe him a leadership position anyway, since they gave the last one to Hillary Clinton, who immediately relinquished it to the Trumper. I can understand why Leah would suggest Bernard. The only problem with Bernard, he's old. This dude's not an aging fossil, he's already aged. Older people tend to be out of touch with younger generations. I mean, Bernard, he's 83 years old. You know how people say they're on the back nine of their life? Bernard is in the clubhouse. He's not even on the course. But either way, Bernie Sanders would be a good choice, but it was Leah's other suggestion that called into question whatever credibility she might have had. Watch for yourself.
Can you lay the groundwork for a new generation of leadership that is actually in touch with the American people, with Democratic voters, and then with the kind of larger orbit of Democratic voters or independent voters, progressive voters, left-wing voters, conservative Democrats that have made up the Democratic Party, and the Democratic Party has really shied away from in the last couple of cycles. The people actually that they should be listening to, Bernie Sanders and Stacey Abrams. Those are the two people who have been very consistent and very in touch with the American public that have been related to the Democratic Party.
Wait, that wasn't a joke? Leah was being serious? Really? CNN actually allowed that incompetence to get through the 7-second delay? You mean to tell me CNN is suggesting Stacey Abrams to select the new leader of the Democratic Party? Stacey Abrams! The same Stacey Abrams that was touring the country, speaking in front of empty chairs and abandoned warehouses, pretending to be the governor of Georgia? You want the ultimate pretender to select a new leader of the party of pretend? On the surface, I can see why it would kind of make sense. The Democrats have been pretending for years. They have been pretending that Bearded Bob is Female Athlete of the Year. They have been pretending that Tucker was the best looking model in the swimsuit edition, modeling the tuck-friendly bathing suit. They have been pretending that summer comes as a surprise every year. Where did this heat come from? It came from the gas station. It's those damn fossil fuels! The great pretender Alyssa the Farrah Griffin is the pretend conservative on The View. Mina Kimes, pretend NFL analyst. Molly Karam, pretend host on First Take. Cackling Cam Harris, pretend vice president. Some would argue that Johnny B. Biden was pretending to be president. I mean, this is the party of pretenders, so I can understand why CNN would suggest the ultimate pretender, Stacey Abrams, to select the new leader of the party. And look, that would be great for normal people. If Stacey Abrams was selecting the leader of the DNC, it would guarantee victory for Republicans through the next decade. But the entire point of selecting new leadership is to change directions. If you wanted to keep your current direction, why in the hell would you change leaders? The reason the Pelicans aren't firing Willie Green right now is because they want to keep losing. At 5-27, there's no sense in changing directions now. You got the best loser in the NBA as your head coach. You got the best manager of losers in your front office. Let them continue doing what they do best, losing games, and go get the number one pick in the draft. But if you're looking to change directions, if the party of pretend is looking to be taken seriously, why in the hell would you listen to Stacey Abrams? You wouldn't have to give her the title because she's going to pretend to have the job anyway. She can tour the country pretending to be the new leader of the DNC, and you can actually put a real leader in place. This is why I am not worried about the Democrats. When normal people go through an embarrassing loss, we look in the mirror, we look at what we can change about ourselves, we look at what needs to be changed, and we take action. But the party of pretenders, the party of victims, they are doing the complete opposite. Instead of taking accountability, they're placing blame. Instead of looking for legitimate leadership, they are suggesting or listening to Stacey Abrams. Like I said, great for normal people, because if Stacey Abrams is selecting the new leader of the DNC, nothing is going to change. But give me your thoughts on this. CNN gives their suggestions for who should select the leader of the Democratic Party. They suggest Bernard Sanders or Stacey Abrams. Even though he's old, I understand suggesting Bernie Sanders, but Stacey Abrams? Can anyone explain that suggestion? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Best way to contact me is through email, btlkc84@gmail.com. I'll see you guys later.